Welcome to Real Talk with DJ Crowe, and my guests for today is Zane and Matt. Go ahead.
I'm Zane.
I'm Matt. How y'all doing today?
All right, so it's pretty simple. How long have you been making music?
We've been serious in it for about 7 to 8 months, but I've been around the scene for about 2 years.
And Matt, you produce, right?
Yeah, I'm basically just promoting, trying to just get the music out there, just letting everybody just feel the good vibes, cause like we taking this very seriously. The last 7 8 months, and the work continues every day.
Oh, I hear that. So man, basically, y'all got like what numbers of songs out, and you're pushing it to get it out there.
Yeah, I'd say we have about 20 songs, and my whole thing. A lot of them are a big number of them is we have a big duo album out with another artist named Sativa.
Shout out to him
Shout
though.
out to Sativa,
He ain't
great
here
artist.
today.
Oh, nice. I haven't met him, and I probably don't know who he is. Is he from here as well?
He's from Burlington.
Okay, well,
Great guy though.
if he's got music that he's trying to get out too, we might as well throw him on the radio too. It's I'm trying to give everybody a chance to get heard everywhere, so that's why I did like the podcast and the radio and whatnot. But other than that, so like, what's your guys' favorite song and favorite artist?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I listen to a lot of Us lately, but I've been listening to a lot of Juice World. Don't have a favorite song, but a lot of Juice World, just because I feel like he brings so much energy, and you know he's dead, so rest in peace.
I heard that.
I'm gonna have to probably go with Lil Wayne.
Little Wayne.
Yeah, 6 foot, 7 foot. Has to be the favorite song.
Oh well, I think everybody likes Little Wayne.
Yeah,
I
pretty
hope so.
much, pretty much from female to female.
Especially the old Wayne. The old Wayne went crazy, man. He's the fireman.
And here, he's older than I am. He's
Yeah.
like 50 something, I think.
Yeah, still doing it too.
Oh yeah, I know. And I'd have to say like my favorite artist and song would be by Tupac, Hail Mary.
Ooh,
Hail Mary's great.
Yeah, Tupac.
And that's what I've been listening to ever since I was in high school.
Yeah, I like Tupac too. I still listen to his music.
And then there's so the other thing is, so what do you guys plan on doing once you get like to the point where you're famous, or like in the music industry or whatever, and you're getting out there a little more,
Investing.
investing?
Investing every dollar I make. Well, not, I wouldn't say every dollar. Being able to live, but being able to put enough money into businesses that I can work with every community I want to. Cars, food, everything.
Okay, yeah, shit, that's kind-hearted right there, man. I mean, that's the way to be, is selfless.
I'm kind of on the same page too. Like, I want to promote and manage. I want to host shows. I want to host different artists. Like, I just want to connect and network. You know, I want my own label eventually, or at least co-own one. So that's just my plans. I want to invest too. Like, there's so much you can invest in nowadays.
Oh yeah. I heard that. So like me, the reason why I started this is like for like my acknowledgement of being able to be like a beat maker and a music producer at the same time in the radio station, is for like me to get the ones that are local artists like y'all out, and being able to like leave a legacy behind. And as I know it, like I said, I was trying to start the live video with the podcast and all that, and then I have it where I can talk live on the radio at the same time, so I can do that as well. And that's what I'm trying to do. So like pretty much basically I'll have more than just me eventually one day. For right now, it'll just be
Right.
me, and but I'll have other people that are like, I'll be the boss, they'll be the manager, and then there'll be the other employees. Eventually, that's what I'm trying to work forward towards this, and have like a little community thing going on. So that's why like I do this with you guys, and then other people as well if they want to.
It's
It's
all
like
it's
a
a
whole operation. Sounds like a whole operation.
so
But
it's a whole full circle of how everything works.
Oh yeah, it is.
Gotta
oh, yeah.
connect.
Oh yeah. The other thing that we'll shoot for. So pretty much tell everybody like a little bit more about yourselves. Other than that,
Um, My name's Zane, but I go by Zine. Zeein. It's all capitals. That's my artist name. I live in Macomb, Illinois. I'm not from here originally. I'm from St. Louis. Um, just about to be 20. That's really all you really need to know about me. Don't really do much. I
Well,
just make
yeah,
music.
I mean, they don't know too much, but like you.
Yeah, my name's Matt. I go by Matt Aries as my promoter name. I'm like him. I'm gonna be 29 soon. I mean, I'm a big basketball fan. I like playing video games, but really just focusing on music. Like, I used to paint and stuff, so I know other traits. So, hey, people need their houses painted. Let me know.
I heard that. So do you guys have like tell everybody like your Facebook channel, your YouTube channel, or whatever other channels you use? The link out.
My YouTube, I'm pretty sure it's just Candazane, so capital Kanda, capital Zane. My Facebook's just my full name. If you know me, you know me. If you don't, probably shouldn't be on there.
I heard that.
I have Instagram. It's just my full name. If you know me, you know me. Same concept. And then best way to reach me is probably YouTube or SoundCloud.
All right.
Most definitely. But see my Facebook. I just really use Facebook, and mine's Matt Aries with 2 eyes. If y'all want to check it out, because I be posting the music. But that's basically all I use. It's just Facebook for right now. I mean, I have an Instagram, but I don't really use it like that.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm so old. I don't even use most of them anyway. I got Snapchat and don't even use that like that because I'm like, man, why is this little dude right here look just like me? And I got a little emoji dude that looks like me. It's weird as fuck. And then I got one on Facebook, and I don't even be using it. I'm like, man, why do these guys look like me, but only the one on Facebook, I couldn't get him without the hair to make him look like this. So now he's got braids. And the other guy on Snapchat looks almost like me, but only with sunglasses and a beanie on.
Right. I don't know why they want digital avatars nowadays, but that's just what they want to do. Like, I don't even use Snapchat either. I leave people on red. I ain't even gonna lie.
Man, there's a lot. I don't even use Instagram like that, which I probably should start using my Instagram a lot more, but I really don't. It's not one of them things for me that's big. Like, I grew up in the 80s, so
Right.
for me being an 80s baby, it was like more or less the line, like land phone or whatever. You had to pick it up and
No, I
Dial
understand.
the
I'm a
numbers on the
90s
rotary.
baby. I know what you mean. I've
Yeah.
seen them before.
my kids, man, I can tell you right now, my kids, they don't even know what that shit looks like. I had paused the internet on them one day. Man, all 3 of my kids are like, the internet's not working. Our lives are gonna end. And I'm like, fuck.
And then they went to the big 90s phone with just the big buttons.
Oh
and
no,
stuff.
I don't have one of them. And if I did, I would set it out. They'd probably be like, what's this? They'd be like, is this a phone?
Right.
The only thing that they know that's like old as heck is the TVs, like with the big ass back.
The box TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They know what that is, but they don't know anything else beyond that.
I grew up on the Blackberries and big back TVs.
Oh yeah.
Right before I got into my teenage years.
Right before the plasmas and HDs came
Oh,
out,
yeah.
before the smart TVs.
That's what my kids, man, my kids want that expensive stuff. They think I'm rich, apparently, but I'm not. They want me to buy them. What are most of these cars out? I think there's one that's called a Hellcat. My oldest one wants, and then my second oldest wants a Bugatti, and then my youngest one, he doesn't want anything. He just sits there and he just likes to eat a lot. That's the
Those
only
are
thing
all
he
foreign
does.
cars too.
I know. I can't afford
Expensive.
the Bugatti. I know how much that mother
Hey, the
costs.
Hellcat expensive too though.
Yeah, I don't even. He's got to get that on his own. So
Right.
he's just gonna end up working.
It's $80,000 right there.
Right.
So, do you guys have anything new that's coming out?
We do.
So much.
We have a What's Poppin' remix coming out. It's just me, and then we have a song called Going Insane coming out.
Okay.
It's me, fellow artist, best friend of mine, KID, Caden, and Sativa as well is on that song. There's gonna be a music video dropping around mid-February.
Okay. I like how you named that. Going insane.
Yeah.
So it kind of rhymes with your name. I noticed.
I don't think he's heard that yet either. I don't think he's heard that. 'Cause
Going
we,
Insane?
Yeah, we
No,
haven't.
not a lot of people's heard that.
We ain't been
But
snipping.
I don't
some
want to
of the
hear
new
it
stuff.
until you're ready for me
Right.
to put it out.
I mean, if you want to put a snippet on air,
Yeah, hey,
I can do that. I most definitely can do that. I most definitely can do that. I noticed.
definitely do
I
that.
gotta say this. I noticed ever since I started like the podcast and the radio things. I noticed a lot of women. They try to hit on me now because I'm doing the radio thing, and I guess they apparently want to hit on me because they think I'm gonna put them on the air or whatever and let them talk on my radio or do whatever they want to do on the radio. But I think it's kind of funny that I'm in my 30s. You know, now you want to talk to me, and I've been trying to talk to you. Now you want to talk to me because I do the
Right.
radio thing and the podcast. I thought it was funny.
And they want to get on it, but you gotta be doing something with your life to get on
Oh
this.
yeah, I
You
know.
can't just get on there and talk about nothing.
Most of the ones that send me a friend request, it's funny. They got this fans only page, and they want me to subscribe to it. And I'm funny. I'm old school. You know, I'm
Right.
old fashioned. So I'm like, you know what? I was like, look here, baby. I was like, the only way you're gonna get me to subscribe to anything is if we go out to dinner and sit there and talk and have a whole conversation
Right.
over dinner and have a little wine or whatever it is that you drink. I'm gonna drink a beer,
Hey.
but I don't drink wine.
I feel you on that, man. It's all about the
Oh
connection
yeah, oh
nowadays.
yeah, oh yeah. And here, I mean, I'm not taking you to dinner for my pleasure. It's not even about sex for me at my age anymore. It's about the communication and the conversation and
Right.
all that.
I feel the same.
And if I
way.
get a vibe that's good, so be it. But if not, forget it. I gotta kick you to the curb. But other than that, like you're in a relationship. I see now. And how long have you been with her?
Almost 6 months on the
Almost
29th.
6 months. That's good, man. And
Great
you're-
connection. Communication's amazing. I've never been with someone like this.
That's what it's about, is the communication and actually agreeing on things when it comes to a relationship. And if you can do that, you can make that thing happen for 13 to 25 years. But in my suggestion, everybody ends up getting married in the long run. But
Yeah.
not, I mean, see me, like I said, I just got divorced not too long ago. So I'm not trying to get married again because that was hell going through all the paperwork and all that. So if you're going to get married or anything like that to settle down, make sure that's the one and she's always going to stick with you in the long
Yeah.
run. Because a lot of women don't have loyalty and, you know, a lot of things these days. They want to be out there hoeing around and whatever. You know, and they'll open their legs to whatever. It's be like, hey, our bad boys is what they like mostly.
They be
I've
in
noticed.
bops. That's what they be in. Bops and thoughts.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
We call those eaters.
Oh
yeah.
Well, see, you guys got a lot of new like
Yeah.
concepts of everything, and like him, he told me OTW, I think earlier,
OTW on
and
the
I had
way.
to spell it. I had to tell you, man. I don't know the like the little abbreviations and none of that.
Yeah.
I'm 37 years old. I'm still learning, man. My son comes in the house. He be like, Dad, you know what this kid did at school today? It was cap. I was like, what the fuck is cap? I was like, I got a cap upstairs.
Right.
I was like, you want to wear it? And he's looking at me like, no, it's the same, Dad. I was like, man, I don't know that fucking shit.
Man, cap means so much now, man. Cap can go from something funny to you messing up to them messing up. It's just like every meaning.
And here for a while, man, my oldest son, he was like, bro. I was like, man, fuck, I ain't your fucking bro. I was like, I'm your fucking father. I was like, don't call me your bro. I was like, your
Right.
bros are in there. He's looking at me like, it's just the same. I was like, don't call me that again.
It's all about respect.
Oh yeah, and
It's
then
all about respect.
then he kept saying it to me. So what I did is I was like, okay, since you want to call me bro, I was like, what's up, bro? Kept doing it. He was like, man, I can't do this with you no more. He's like, you use it too much. I done killed it. And then my youngest one, he's like 14 now. I tease him because one day he came in the kitchen and he started talking about, Dad, where's the cinnamon? Or something about cinnamon. And I was like, oh, you want me to call the stripper cinnamon, right? Whatnot. You want her to come dance on the pole or whatnot. I started fucking with him. He's sitting there, his whole face turns red. He was like, oh, it's cinnamon. And he kept messing with me first. I did something and he wouldn't let it go. So I had to come up with this thing to get him back. Man, it's funny, but young kids will fucking fall for it in the whole long run. And my oldest two are over here in the corner laughing because they knew I was talking about a stripper. But they're like, where is this stripper? I was like,
Right,
at the
they
strip
wanna
club.
see her. It'd be like that though.
But yeah, I plan on taking my oldest one to the strip club to see his face, to see how he reacts. I'm gonna give him a few dollar bills in the hundreds or like in $100 bills to see what he does with it. and see if he can even handle that.
You go. That's a cool dab right there, man.
Oh yeah, most likely he'll probably throw the whole $1 bills that are $100 at him instead of putting it in the G string. You're supposed
do
to
it
take
slowly
your time.
at least, right? Take your time.
I'm gonna try to explain it to him, but I can't stop him from throwing it all up in the air at him.
Because I'm not giving you another 100 ones.
Yeah, and then the other thing is man, I hope he just don't fall for one of them because
Right,
they're not like the
they
loyalest
gold
thing on
diggers.
earth. And it's kind of funny that they do have a lot of things that they do. I guess I know back home from where I come from, if you go into the strip club out there, which I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky, so if you go in their strip club and you got enough money that you can throw at a stripper all night, and after that, after it gets ready to close, they have an after party for guys that got money. So they sleep with them to make more. And I don't know if the owner's aware of it or whatnot, but I'm pretty sure the stripper's aware of what she's doing because
Well,
she
I'm
does
sure
it
the
anyway.
owner's aware of it.
I'm pretty sure the owners don't care.
All that
Oh,
owner
yeah.
knows is he's coming back tomorrow with more.
Oh yeah,
Right.
oh yeah. Well, I'm assuming that people that keep coming back like that are addicted to that shit.
Gambling. It's like gambling.
Yeah,
It's
I
just like
believe it.
gambling.
I believe it. And the only thing that these strippers are actually just showing them is a little bit of their titties. They ain't showing anything else.
Right.
I mean, that's what you like, is just the titties?
If you go to an open, like a titty one, because sometimes there'd be no titties.
Oh yeah.
Like you can't see nothing. Like they have a
I
whole
believe
lingerie on. Because there's two different type of strip clubs.
Oh yeah.
There's
Man,
one with topless and
Yeah, and I know there's some in Peoria that they got. I know from fact I got friends and female friends. They be like, oh, they got male strippers, female strippers. I'm like, well, I ain't never heard of a man stripping, but okay. Until I seen that Magic Mike movie.
Yeah, I'm done.
Peoria is pretty versatile with what they do up there. From what I've heard, they have just about everything you can think of. It's really a mini Chicago when it comes down to it. They have everything.
Yeah,
I
really
believe
is,
it. Even
They have a real nice district up there. Real good food.
oh, I believe it. Even like where I grew up in Bowling Green, when I was younger, they used to call it Little Chicago. It
That's
was
crazy.
that bad at one point. But I mean, even like all the places that I've lived in the projects, never had no problems out there. And then I moved to this one place that was called Garden Apartments. And now that I'm older and I don't live there with my kids anymore or whatnot, they've been having murders out there for the
Yeah.
past few years. And when I lived out there wasn't no murders or nothing going on. And now all of a sudden they got murders, this and that going on. I'm like, damn. And then people think it's funny when I tell them I grew up on Compton. They're like, so you're from Los Angeles? I'm like, no. I was like, that's the name of the street I grew up on in Bowling Green, Kentucky. We have a street named Compton that I grew
believe
up on.
And to sit there and I mean, I personally lived in the city, and people sit there and talk about, like, I've lived in the inner city of Chicago, and they always say how bad it is, but it's really what you put yourself into. Like, what do you do? Like, who you hang out with? It's like, if you stay to yourself and don't gangbang and don't get involved in a lot of drugs or do drugs or just, that in general, you'd be safe. It'd be safe.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's how it kind of is where I'm from. But out that way, there's like so many different freaking gangs where
Yeah,
I'm from.
because there's so many. There's
Yeah.
California and the Chicago gangs mix, and
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
like
So there's quite a few guys that are from Chicago out there now. But like when I first moved up here, I got out here. I'm walking around. I didn't know what a Vice Lord was. I didn't know what a GD, BD, or any of that was
Stone,
until I got out
all
here.
of them.
And I'm sitting
Both.
here. I'm like, man. I was like, what'd you just call me? Because I had black and blue on one day. I guess that's like GD's color, I guess, or BD or whatever they are. That's their color or whatever. And I'm sitting there like, man, I ain't none of them. I was like, I came from Kentucky. I was like, the only thing they got out there is blood and Crips.
Right.
And I mean, and pretty much, I mean, I lived in the area of that whole little strip where there was nothing but Crips. And then I got little cousins that I get along with that are Bloods or whatever you want to call themselves or whatever they do these days. But I mean, they don't go around making war between each other. They get along and they
Right.
stay to themselves, but they do the music industry together and they have no choice but to do it together, apparently.
Yeah, well,
I mean, from what I've heard, it's at this point there really isn't even a blood in a crib. I mean, there is with street
Yeah.
violence, but at this point, I mean, you see opposite people working with the same, working with the opposites in the
Oh
music
yeah. Oh
industry,
yeah.
outside of the music, and I mean, you see it everywhere.
Oh
And
yeah.
like to me, at this point, is it really about gang violence or is it about clout? Like, what do you want?
Well, see, like the thing that I've noticed these days, and here, man, for me, I grew up around like drug dealers, murderers, and all this other shit when I was growing up. So even my dad, he was part of a gang back when I was younger, and he's the old like to me he's an old school OG. So I guess kind of like the way I see it is like they use their hands before they use the gun or whatever. But most of these young kids nowadays, they think just because they're part of a gang, they got to shoot somebody.
Right.
But my thing is use your hands, fight, get it over with, get it out of your system, live
Right.
another day to see another day. But they don't do that.
It's sad.
Yeah, I know. And Chicago seems to be the worst place with that, where
Yes.
they rather shoot and then ask questions later instead of just duking it out with their hands.
Oh, it's about clout. It's all about clout, and it's like there's so many different sets in this city. You gotta watch who you hang out with because your homie could be the same thing as you, but be plotting on you or snake you. So the whole time it's just like there's too many shootings, and they just need to stop it. It's like the gangbang is getting terrible. It's really bad. It's
Oh, yeah.
700 to 1,000 murders a year. And me personally living in the city, it's sad because I know people that's died, and I've seen them go through struggles. Not me personally know them, but like it's just sad. Like just put down the guns. It's all for clout.
Oh yeah, oh
Let's
yeah,
just fight now.
oh yeah. And see, like even where I came from, like out here when I got here, you had to have like what a Floyd card to touch the guns, to even look at them or whatnot, and all this other stuff. And see, me being from Kentucky, you don't need none of that to go into a gun store and buy a gun. And now they got this thing where this past where in Bowling Green where I'm from, you can ride around with your gun fully loaded and have it out in the open. There's no like no concealed or whatever.
I've been hearing about that down south. They've been, I think it's AR-15s,
Yeah.
AKs,
Oh yeah.
In St. Louis,
anything you want.
St. Louis is just as bad too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it wasn't bad whenever I lived there. Luckily, it wasn't horrible. But since the shootings in Chicago have been happening, people have been migrating south
Oh,
towards
yeah.
St. Louis
Oh,
and
yeah.
other cities, and they've gotten just as bad. St. Louis is, I think, now in the top 5.
Oh, I believe it. And
East
here,
St. Louis.
Yeah, East St. Louis specifically.
and here, even with my little cousins, man, they got like 4 or 5 guns in their car that they ride around with, and I'm like, why the fuck do y'all got so many fucking guns? And they're in here, they're like semi-automatic, like 9 millimeters, and they got like double barrels that have so many fucking bullets in it. I'm sitting there looking at them like, man, what's wrong with just one?
Right.
I was like, who you planning on shooting?
It should be for protection and protection
Oh, yeah.
only.
Oh,
but
yeah.
they ass
And
just-
see, the
Who you
reason,
fight in the army?
oh yeah, and the reason why I got one is so I could, protect my family in the case of a break-in and they come in with their own gun or whatever, I can defend myself. I'm not here to like point it at nobody. I'm not gonna wave it around. I haven't even touched it since I got it. It just sits there. So I pretty much just leave it where it's at, locked up.
right.
There's no point to pull it out. I'm not like, no young arrogant dude where I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck you just say to me? And do that shit. It don't make sense.
Let's be the young heads.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I know. And as far as I'm concerned, I noticed that they don't even have to have a gun these days. They could use a BB gun and go around and shoot at people and hit them with that, or
really?
a paintball gun, or do whatever the fuck it is that
They
they
got
do
these,
to get in trouble.
they got these new guns, these little bullets. You put them in water and they like grow to the right size or whatever.
Mm.
And you load up like this big canister mag, and it goes on it, and you just like it's battery powered, and I mean it shoots like they hurt like you sit there you like it's
Oh,
fast.
fuck that. I get shot with one of them, I'm gonna be in pain.
Right. I'm gonna be mad.
I mean it's not gonna hurt you, but it's gonna hurt.
Oh, well, I know it's gonna hurt. And here, my thing is I always tell my son when he gets me to the point where I'm upset with him, he'll be like, I'm gonna take off running because I think you're gonna hit me. I'm not gonna hit you, but if you take off running from me, I'm gonna see that as an opportunity to take off in my car because I don't like running. I told him, you run from me, I'm gonna hit you with the door of the car to stop you from running. I hate man.
Door check.
And here, honestly, to tell the truth, I played football when I was in high school, and now that I'm older, I don't even want to run. I don't even care about running. So if I gotta run after somebody, fuck that. I'm chasing you down in the car and I'm hitting you with the door as I'm coming down.
Damn.
I'm like, man, I even told my dad that. He was like, he ran out of the house one time away from me because I was doing something, and he ran from me, and he was like, I'll run down the street. I was like, man, fuck that. I'll hit you with the car door of the truck. And he's just sitting there looking at me like, I'm your dad. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I hit you with the door. And he seen me do that to a couple of people. I don't play. And one time when I did it, I didn't even have a license. I got in this car, fucking put it in drive, and went down the street like 25. Hit somebody with the door because they were running from me. I was like, fuck this shit.
You must have been mad, wasn't you?
No, I get upset if I gotta run. And like I said, I'm a big boy. I don't want to run.
So you just got in the car instead.
Yeah. I do not give a fuck about running. And my kids know this too, so they just be like, man, I ain't running because I ain't trying to get hit by the car door. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. I wouldn't do that. Well, I would if I had to run. I probably would. But other than that, I mean, I've only did it once, and that was the only time when I was going 25. I only did it that one time. But other than that, I wouldn't do it again.
What happened? Did he fall down? What happened? No,
well, I was only going 25. So when I hit him, yes, he bounced off the door and rolled off into the ditch. Which it was funny. I mean, I didn't hurt him. I just tapped him a little bit and he bounced off the door and rolled in the ditch. And just laid there and he's just looking at me like, I didn't think you serious. I didn't think you were going to do it. I told you, man, I was.
I didn't think you were serious.
Yeah, and now it's like, man, even back then when I smoked weed, now it's all legal and shit, but I know it's only legal in Illinois, but it's still not legal.
There's a few states.
Well, I know back home it's not yet.
Yeah, probably not in Kentucky.
I know once I was sitting there in my car when I was smoking, when I used to smoke, my cousin's boyfriend, he was rolling one up, and the cop was coming down the street. I had my back towards the cop, you know, and then he's sitting there looking at me. He throws the whole blunt and weed in my lap. And I'm sitting there looking, and then I finally seen the cop car. I'm like, dude, why the fuck would you throw this in my fucking lap? He was like, if I didn't, the cop would have seen it, but the cop didn't see it, apparently, in my lap. He probably thought I was reading a magazine or some shit. And I'm sitting there just looking at him like, what the fuck? And then after he got it back and the cop left, he rolled it up. I got mad at him. I was like, dude, the next time you do that shit, I'm going to beat your ass. I was like, I could have gotten in trouble.
Right, he bogus.
What if he stopped and seen that shit in my lap? I would have been the one going to jail, not you.
A similar situation like that happened to me, where he wanted me to hold it, and I ended up holding it, and we got pulled over. And
oh yeah,
I got in trouble.
I've had weed in my pocket with cops and shit. Now, yeah, it was really right before it like got legal. Cop just took it.
Yeah,
you know for a fact that cop went home, had a good time.
Oh yeah, they normally do. They don't usually. I mean, like the only way you'll get charged with anything under like a gram is a misdemeanor.
Right.
Anything over a gram and bigger than that, that's I guess like a fine. They'll give you an opportunity to go to rehab or some shit like that. But since it's legal, there ain't no point. But you can still get a DUI while driving under the influence of it.
Yeah.
Since it's legal, they gotta have a way to make it, where they can still catch you with something and get you.
I don't know about them, but people drive better when they're...
Yeah, if you're asking me, I've got some friends who are horrible drivers. You put a blunt in their system, they're sitting there.
Perfect.
Stop.
Better than a
signal,
drunk driver.
Turn.
Oh, yeah. And here, you wouldn't run ride in the car with me. You'll probably be like, man, is this as fast as you go? Especially when it snows, I only do like 25.
And I'm not supposed to. You probably ain't used to that. Is you like that? Well, you got used to it.
And here, when I tell everybody I've been here for 10 years, they're like, really? And you still drive this slow? Yes, because there's black ice or whatever. I don't know how to drive on that shit.
I don't really be caring. I mean, I've gotten every single one of my cars stuck in the snow. I've got my truck stuck in the snow. I got my Nissan stuck in shit. Actually, I put my Nissan in a ditch and broke the whole rear subframe. I just put my Mustang in a ditch yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And see, I got 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But I'm not one that likes to get stuck. The only time that I've actually had an accident on the ice is when I was going to Kewanee, Illinois. I don't know if y'all know where that's at. It's
in
Peoria.
Yeah.
I was going up there to see my dad one year, and I was driving this little white car at night. Didn't know there was ice on the road. Hit that patch of ice. Me and my kids did a 360 in the road, cause man, we spun. It's a good thing we didn't land over on the side that we were actually driving on. There was a deep ass ditch that the car would have been sitting sideways in, and we fucking slid off by the cornfield, and I was able to get out or not. But man, we spun around. My son's holding the can of soda, and he had that shit like he had a can of beer in his hand. Didn't even spill a lick of it. And I'm sitting there looking at him. You gonna be an alcoholic when you get older, motherfucker. And then my youngest one wakes up and throws up everywhere in the car. I'm like, oh my god. And then I had to hurry up and get to where the fuck I was going to clean the car.
Right, that's crazy.
He threw up on everybody. I was like, it was like Exorcist coming from the back seat. He got his brother sitting back in the back seat, the floor, the seats, me and his oldest brother. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Yeah. We got hit with everything. But it was crazy. He woke up dead out of his sleep and just fucking had Exorcist vomit everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? It was like, man, first time I ever seen that. And that's the last time I want to see it.
Right.
And here, for some reason, my youngest one, man, he has he gets car sick, like in newer cars or whatever. He gets that new car smell. He'll fucking get sick.
That's crazy.
I know.
That's
It's
weird because
weird.
that new car smell is just like.
I know.
amazing.
I love it.
It's heaven sent.
Oh yeah, I love it. But for some reason, he gets sick. He's just like the whole time in the car. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I can't put anything in my car that has like new car smell or anything like that. It has to be just plain regular, like, you know, just a smelly,
Right.
oily car for him to be
That's
fine.
crazy.
Which is weird. I ain't never been car sick before a day in my life. So it's kind of awkward to have one kid that gets car sick. I know. Like if we get ready to go from here to my dad's, he kind of gets to the point where he's kind of like a little, like, you know, car sick a little bit. But I stop and tell him to get the hell out before he throws up all over everybody. I don't need him throwing up on me, his brothers, or any of that.
Right.
But yeah, pretty much, man. I mean, we pretty much covered every possible thing that I could ask y'all.
That being said, I do want to shout out the kid. He wasn't here today, Caden. He goes crazy. He said we coming. He's working hard. He's trying to get this feature with Tech 9. With this, he's doing some type of, like, contest.
Oh, okay.
And if Caden does it, Caden is so talented.
Yeah.
He's gonna him and Tech 9 on the same song together would be crazy. If it happens, it happens. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
it doesn't, hey, it is what it is. But he said we coming.
I think him and Zane are both talented young men.
Oh, all three of them is talented because I was just talking to Sativa yesterday. It's like when Zane like puts his mind to it, he's gonna come up with some good hooks, some great hooks, and his creativity and the beats he be finding or doing.
Oh yeah.
It's just his voice. He can sing. It's just like incredible, and you feel so much soul in it. And like Sativa is so like he'll tell a story, but his flow is like he'll switch it up. But at the same time, he'll tell a story. And Caden just is just like the way he be rapping is just like how you be hitting these flows and rapping that fast and switching up and it sounds so good because when people try to rap fast, they can't do it with bars.
Oh yeah. And here I've noticed, like, even when I started out with Brad, when we first met, I did a few songs with him, and then I started showing everybody that I can make the beats or whatnot, and then I used to do like live videos. I stopped doing that because there's quite a few people on there. They'll be like, "Well, shit, this is a fire ass beat. Where's your bars?" I'm sitting there like, I don't rap.
Right.
I mean, I don't rap. I mean, I freestyle every once in a while to my own beat while I'm making it because I'm trying to get a feel for what I'm going for. And most of the time I do, but I'm not no rapper. I mean, I can't come up with hella bars like y'all do, you know. I'm just a plain old beat maker. That's all I play
on the topic of all that, honestly, I think this is a really cool project. Is I really want to drop an EP with one beat maker. Cause like the last like the album I dropped with Sativa, You know, we had Malloy, Soja Beats, a whole bunch of these other beat artists, and I'm over here like, I like, yeah, it's cool, get a full connection with a few people. At the same time, like, having one connection with one beat maker.
Oh yeah, that don't. I mean, you gotta have more than one because there's other options that most beat makers have for you, and they might have something that's so damn fire that you want, but you just can't go with one because there's so many of us that are out here
Right.
making beats or whatnot.
Then you have to buy the beats when
Yeah.
you meet them. Eventually,
yeah.
if you want to make profit.
Oh yeah, and see, like me, I haven't. I've been giving beats to this dude named Red the Rapper for a while. I don't charge because, like I said, I'm not like the most like known beat maker or whatnot. But I do have hella beats, and some of them nobody's ever heard, and I keep them to myself most of the time. But I should probably put them all out there and probably let everybody hear them. But I just kind of sit on them for a while and hesitate on certain shit. But other than that, I eventually will. And I mean, eventually, as soon as I get like a little more known, I'll probably end up starting charging or whatever. But right now, it's just mainly to work with artists and help them grow as they're helping me grow and just get known together. And that's mainly what it's about is working together and getting each other what they need to get out there. That's pretty much what
It's
I'm.
really that it's that full connection.
It's that
And
whole
honestly,
networking.
Oh yeah.
this snippet right here I got, this snippet's got the full connection. Me,
Alright.
Caden, Sativa.
Awesome.
This mic.
That one.
Hey, 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 I stay out the box. Hey, come inside, baby. Why you wanna die? Hey, wrist on ice, baby. They have for your life. Hey, check the time, baby. You don't gotta cry. Hey, doors are bright and the windows black like night. Hey, I'm talking about Louis. I'm talking about Saint. I'm talking about Nelly. The fuck did you think? I'm talking about Lucy. I'm talking about Taylor. I'm talking about everybody who claim. And watch how you talk. I worked on my aim and pulling those triggers and aiming for brains. I stopped on my beat. I'm going insane, huh? I'm going insane. I'll get the match out, get it flagged out, shoot it back out, hit it with a finish and make it a pack out, super smack out, get it classed out for an act out. You don't really wanna get into a spinner when it's driven and tripping off of Japan, but it's shot again, a bitch, we're sipping until we land. We ain't fucking with the burger, we tripping off of the bench. Everybody got a rubber, so you niggas fans. I am a sinner, the son of a servant. Rest on my mind like a turban. Burning up weed and I'm sipping on bourbon. Fucking your bitch in the back of the bourbon. Faded as fucking, I'm swerving. Shorty, I'm bad and I'm curving. Quiet as fuck, I'm observing. Big all the bullshit, I'm learning. Focus on bread and I earn it. Bitch,
Look at that. You heard a little snippet from their new song that's about to be coming out. When again?
February, probably. I'm shooting for the 20th.
The 20th? Okay. Like I said, y'all some young, talented local artists. And I got to keep saying that because y'all really are. Y'all are good. And I'm going to keep continuing to help y'all grow as I keep going with this and this whole podcast journey and the radio journey or whatever that I'm trying to work on. And I'm going to keep continue to play you guys' music over the radio. Even though I know I don't have very many songs from you, but I'm going to continue to keep posting them as you guys keep sending them to me. And I'm going to keep them playing 24/7.
And vice versa too. We're gonna help you grow.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I was just
oh, yeah.
talking about
Honestly.
that. Like, let's
Oh,
keep
yeah.
working, man.
Oh yeah, and like I said, you guys, I'm glad you guys joined me on this podcast, and we're able to come and do this with me, and this is actually going to help me grow regardless, because there's already I think like maybe 600 people that already listen to these,
Damn.
and I've been doing it for a while since I started, and that was like back before December. So I kind of got two different things that I use, but I'm gonna continue to post them on both.
Right.
And then, like I said, the videos are next. As soon as I figure out how to work this damn OBS shit.
And shout out to B Diz, since we didn't even talk about Brad. But
Oh, yeah.
we're thinking about you, Brad.
Big shout out to B Diz.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
wait for that wrong for me to drop here soon.
Oh yeah, and here, like I gotta say, I always give him a shout out, and I always post, like I always tag him in this, which I'm gonna tag you guys in this as well.
Yeah, I've been talking
And-
to you too lately.
And if it wasn't for Brad, nobody would have really knew who DJ Crowe was. And I give him props for actually getting me out there, and he actually put me when he was on 88 point.
88.3 The Dog.
Yeah, he actually shouted out to me as a beat maker and Curtis at the same time. So that was the first time I was ever a part of anything. So that made me like the
It
excitement.
made you feel special.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Oh,
part
yeah.
of the team
Oh
now.
yeah, oh yeah. And if it wasn't for him helping me get out of my shell or all that, I wouldn't have never had videos or none of this other shit on Facebook or none of that. I would have just been sitting here just looking around and still being in the shell. But he helped me break out of the
Hey,
shell.
keep the dream alive.
So
One goal,
I
one
appreciate
mission.
him for that. And as like I said, now I'm comfortable doing this, and I got you guys that I'm talking to now, and we can all help each other grow in some type of way.
We're gonna do
sure.
a part two. Part two.
Oh yeah.
With KID.
Yeah, because
And here I'm looking forward to have Caden here next time.
yeah,
For sure.
And I don't know, is he still in school or is he working or something?
Caden trying to like. I don't want to put his business out there, but Caden just he young, so
Oh yeah.
he trying to find himself. He's only
Yeah.
The kid's only 17.
Oh,
Why do
yeah.
you think we call him the kid?
Oh yeah, I remember when I was.
But
17,
he grown though too at the same time, like his mindset.
Yeah, well, his mindset could be grown, but his body says otherwise.
Yeah, I've known him since 5, so I know Caden. He
I've
gonna
known
be
him
here.
since he was 12 or 11 years old.
Next time, my whole thing is to have all three of y'all sitting here and then including B Diz at the same time, so that way we can all have a conversation on here and actually go a little
Oh,
bit
that's
longer.
gonna be fire.
Oh
That's
yeah,
gonna be
oh yeah,
fire.
oh yeah. And here, it is. It'll be good because there's a lot of things that you guys can relate with Brad with, and then me, I just relate on the music and
Right.
this, But other than that, I mean, eventually we'll have more. We'll have the video next time when we all get together and do this. And like I said, hopefully Zane is part of this, and I want him to be part of it as well. And hopefully he can grow with us. And which I mean, he's already grown with you and you because he knows y'all a lot longer than he's known me. But hopefully we can all grow together and make something happen with all this.
Right, that's
for
the
sure.
goal. One mission,
Oh yeah,
one dream, one mission.
I mean, really, if you really want to talk about it, we got 5 people. 5 people put $120 together. We buy. We rent out a really small apartment that only has 1 bedroom and a living room and everything. We just make the whole living room a studio
Yeah.
for
real,
yeah.
podcasting.
For real though.
Oh, yeah.
For podcast, we can just
We never use the
get
water.
the real equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Never
See,
use the water.
like,
Never have
get
a
some
water bill.
equipment.
See, that's funny
record.
that you said that. I was on Section 8 before the COVID hit or whatnot.
Yeah.
I was trying to rent. I was trying to get out there in Willis Circle so I could turn the garage into my whole little studio. But I didn't get the chance to do that. Maybe, hopefully, eventually this summer I
Right.
might.
Honestly, if it really sounds like any kind of deal, I know they have an open house over there. Someone just died. Someone's mom died, so they had to move out.
Oh, okay.
But really, if you just go up there, as long as you can tell them like, hey, like, I'm looking for an opening. Like, I don't want to move right now, but I have a certain time set.
Yeah.
But I want to move in. Just let me know when it's available.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure. And here I most definitely will do that because I mean I've been trying to my grandpa, he owns houses in Kiwani. He's been trying to give me a house so I can make my own little room or whatnot, or use the basement that's remodeled or whatever. I just don't want to live off of him. I'd rather do my own thing because if I go there, I won't be able to do this as much because he's old. So he's like 70 something. The only thing he knows is let's go do something. That's work. You can't sit in your house and do this and that
Right.
type deal. Even though he respects what I do, but I won't have time. So that's why I live here and not so close. So it takes me longer to get there. And by the time I get there, they're
Space
already
is
done.
good.
And here my mom lives in Virginia and the rest of my family's in Kentucky. So I'm good.
Right, space.
Well, yeah. Well, except for like, when I got to go out there for like family reunions and stuff, there's too much space then between that.
Right.
And then I'm like, fuck. And then I'm stuck there for like a week. And then
I was like, I want to go back home.
Oh yeah. And then I know my kids, they have fun on 4th of July, man. My family gets together. We block off the whole street with the trucks. And we shoot off a bunch of fireworks, and then we got to clean it up. And then my uncle worked for the city department with my dad when I was younger, so now he has it where the cleanup crew just comes and cleans up the street after we shoot off fireworks and shit. So that way we ain't,
Dang, that's love right there.
Oh yeah,
For
I
real.
know. That's what I said. That's what I said. But I don't know. We've been on here for a little while now. So I'm going to go ahead and call this the end of it. Y'all go ahead and say whatever you want since it's the end of it.
Big shout out to Sativa. We had a big call last night. And B-Diz, they both gave me the energy to record again. Last night I recorded a whole remix to a song, and that really I was having writer block for about 3 weeks, so big shout out to them for
It's
helping me get out of
fire,
that.
too.
Oh,
He
nice.
showed me. He called me too. It's fire.
Nice.
I want to shout out Caden, of course, but you know he's gonna be here next time. I'll make sure he comes so you can hear his mindset. But the music's coming. We coming. And it's not gonna stop, even if it takes some years. But we coming. Shout out to everybody that's working behind the scenes. Shout out to everybody that's in front of the scene. It's just like
Everyone who's promoting.
yes, everybody, because there's so much
real.
love everywhere.
Got
Yes,
people in
there is.
Springfield, Burlington.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
And here, that's
everywhere.
funny that you say Chicago. I got a cousin up there that actually DJs at clubs and parties and shit that lives in Chicago. I haven't talked to him. I know he comes out to like family gatherings and whatnot, but I have to most definitely get a hold of him and see like what he does up there.
Almost definitely. Oh yeah, and there's there's some artists in Chicago. We're gonna do
Oh
some
yeah.
collabs.
Oh yeah. The one that I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
D-Red, the rapper, he's actually from Chicago, but he lives in Wisconsin now.
Oh, okay.
And I actually made a beat for him that's actually on the radio.
Oh, that's what's up. Props to you.
Oh,
Proud
yeah.
of you, bro.
And here I did that when I was still the whole time before I met y'all.
On
you know.
accident, it happened.
Well, I got introduced by the lady that lives across where she's actually one of my best friends. She introduced him to me because he said he needed a beat maker. And some of the beats that I was sending him he didn't like. And I can't say they were my best, but there was some that I did do my best on. And I just recently sent him one probably a few months back. We'll see what he does with it and how far it goes with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hit. Do numbers.
And then I'm
something.
gonna actually link him with you guys as well. And I'm gonna have him send y'all friend requests on Facebook.
Okay, yeah.
There's gonna be opportunities that he might be willing to give to y'all and get y'all out there just as much as I can.
Right, and we appreciate it
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's like we know we're gonna make it. It's just how
getting
long is it?
there.
Yeah, getting there. How long it's gonna take, and we're willing to put in the whole grind because it's always a grind.
Oh
But
yeah.
man, we coming. That's all I'm finna say. We coming.
All right. Next time I'm gonna have Beat This here as well too, to sit along with us while there's all 5 of us. So that'll make it work.
Yeah.
For sure.
But this is the end of it. You heard it on Real Talk. Thanks for joining us. Y'all have a blessed day. Have a great evening and stay blessed.